There are quite a few false claims that you see quite a lot on YouTube related to China is the happiest country in the world or in the top 5. It's the safest country in the world or in the top 5. I've been living in Asia for 31 years, and the biggest fight I ever did see was actually in China, in Wuhan, in 1994, in a night market where my colleagues and I were having our evening meal around about 1 o'clock in the morning. I used to work in nightclubs, as some of you may know. That makes China the least safest from my experience. I've never really had any serious problems related to living in Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, Cambodia, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and here in Cambodia. But these people in China claim that it's the safest country in the world. But let's just have a look at this list. The safest country in the world, Iceland, Austria, Ireland, New Zealand, and Singapore in the top 5. China doesn't seem to be there at all. Happiness in China, they say it's the happiest country in the world. But here's a list for you from the experts. The happiest is from Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, the Netherlands, Costa Rica, Norway, and Israel. The happiest. I sort of don't agree with Israel being there, but these are done by the professionals. But here's the thing. In China, it is actually illegal to criticize the government, the leader, the policies, and the history. Here's a note created by AI. Netizens face jail time and other punishments if they found to have posted content critical of China's leadership, policies, and history. So you can't say in China that you're unhappy with the CCP or the dictator Xi Jinping, while they say they have freedom of speech. Okay, freedom of speech as long as you don't talk anything bad about the government and only good about the government. Therefore, they say they are a happy country with the freedom of speech. But, and it's the but, which is not included in other countries. And according to a UN World Happiness Report, China's happiness index rated 5.97 points in 2024. China ranked 60th out of 143 countries. That's just in the top 50%. Finland, Denmark, and other European countries held the spots in the ranking, while Afghanistan stayed at the bottom of the list. So quite often on YouTube, there has been 2 this week. There have been some vloggers there who say, let's walk at nighttime and let's see if I get approached or attacked. There was one elderly gentleman in Kunming who walked from the shopping center to his hotel. He walked through an industrial park and didn't get bothered. The same in many other countries. And there was a girl actually in the same city of Kunming in Yunnan province. This is southwest China, where she done this like 3 or 4 times. And she was in a park, let's say in the early evening, walking along. Now, granted, there are some countries where you wouldn't do this, or some areas of a city. Let's say in London, there are certain areas where you wouldn't walk because it's not safe. Or downtown Los Angeles. The first time I went to LA, they said don't go downtown because it is unsafe. Granted, okay, but there are areas of China where you wouldn't walk alone at nighttime. You could say in the area where the ladies of the night in Shanghai would entertain you, for example. It's not exactly a very safe place. It's dimly lit. It's all these small alleyways. It's like a movie like Big Trouble in Little China. or Little Trouble in Big China, whatever the movie was called with Kurt Russell. So I wish they would stop doing the propaganda. You could even say the fake propaganda related to China's the best country in the world. China, many people are happy that live there. They may not like the government. You're not allowed to talk about it. They just accept it part of life. You could say the same in other countries. In other words, you could say it's equal. It's not better. It's not worse for the average person living in China. I would say, to be honest with you, that people don't really like the CCP, but there's 100 million members of the Communist Party in China. There's a population of 1.4 billion, so one family will actually possibly know a communist member. They don't want to upset the status quo, so they just say, fine, happy, okay, no problem. And again, I made a video earlier today related to a Taiwanese guy who moved to mainland China, or moved to China, and he did the propaganda that Taiwan is part of China and should be reunified, etc., etc. This is the CCP. This is the Chinese government actually, well, he got caught by being paid in 1 year, or 1 month, sorry. In 1 month, he got 13,000 American dollars. That's like 100,000 RMB, which is a really high salary for posting a simple video like this, which takes 10 minutes to make, as an example. And he would only do the positive. He wouldn't mention 1989 or the Cultural Revolution or the what Mao did, Chairman Mao, the father of modern China. With that, it would always be the positive stuff, and it seems to imply that Xi Jinping is the great hero of China, where in fact it was the other presidents who opened its borders, and it was the West who actually made China come into line after the years of devolution with Mao by helping them with free trade. Now, it's time that they have to pay the same as everyone else. This is something else that pisses me off, that if you buy a Mercedes in China, you will pay a tariff on it, like 50% of the actual cost of the car. So why can't other countries put a tariff on China's goods? Because China has been doing it for years, and their imports to your country, no tax, free of charge. It just needs to be updated. They seem to forget about this when you do the pro-China news. That's it from me. My name is James. Thank you very much for your time. It's just my point of view, and I'm just sharing this with you here on YouTube. God bless all. Thank you. Bye-bye.